Hello everybody, welcome back to Blueprints. Last time we did our first run after discovering room 46 and we found day 22, we found some things like the gift shop for the first time, some paperwork had changed here in the lobby, we got a trophy. This is our stuff: sleeping mask, magnificent magnifying glass, and 2 keys. Alright, I will take it. So, sleep mask, 5 extra steps every time you visit a bedroom. Magnifying glass to look for clues. And a couple of keys. Our allowance now is 6, which is very good going. There's the achievement list, or the trophy list. And then here, let's go spare room to the back corner. Here we can go. Where can we go? Let's go Nook and get a key. And on this side, we will go Parlor and get some gems. Now, before we go into any of those, let's double back round to the garden space, try and get ourselves a benefit. At the end of the last episode, we went back into the underground cave system, and we found that we need to drain the water at the fountain down the line. Trading post, we do have a magnifying glass and a sleeping mask. Special floor plans cost steps instead of gems. Root cellar, rooms in your house are more likely to contain dig spots. We don't have a shovel. If we can find one, we're quids in. I don't love the idea of just spending all of our steps. I don't love trading off what we've already got, so root cellar it is. Is there anything in here that I have missed previously? Because I can't recall that I found anything in particular in here, so there might have been something I missed in here. Search continues. Author and illustrator whose fanciful stories named Mary Marigold was last seen Friday. No sign has been found. X, Y, Z, A, B, C. What does that mean? Note in root cellar. X, Y, Z, A, B, C. Like, if it were more random, I would think something else of it, but it doesn't seem like if it was JQR 795, it would seem to make more sense, but who knows? There's the family tree again. We have this. Is there anything secret to find? I really have no idea. Not sure. Potato. Alright. Back to the house. I also need to figure out if the cellar room still requires the key. Only because the last time we went down there, I feel like the door opened. And after the door opened, we hadn't seen the animation of putting the key in the door. So I don't know if that door's just unlocked or whether it just skips the animation when you have the key a second time. Boxes next to this box contains gems. Boxes next to this box contains gems. Boxes next to this box contains gems. Right, this has to be a lie, which makes these two true, which means this one has the gems. Great stuff. I will take a nice delicious hallway. What did this one say? Doors in the west wing are more likely to be locked. But that's a lie, so it is what it is. There's another parlour that I think we take the den that we can then take into the dead end in the corner. Give me the guest room. 10 extra steps. We get a compass for our troubles. Again, just looking for things that might warrant magnifying. No lost coins or keys down the side of the bed. Sure thing. So, north through the den. Chapel, corridor, parlour. We'll do the chapel. We can draft 2 rooms and only go through it once if we have to. There's the extra dig spots that we can do nothing about. I have some strange memory, possibly from the demo, of there being a piece of fruit on one of the pews, but so far it has never proven correct. Let's go with the pantry, but while we're here, we will do this room as well. Right, they all turn left. So, give me the observatory. Nothing on the tables for us. I'm going to climb this stair set again because I felt like when we came up here previously it amounted to nothing. Oh, we rotated the telescope from up here. Fine. And then once it's in place, it just stays in place, which is a lovely feature, and that's the pitch and the yaw, I think, or the up and the down. +1 key. Rooms with 4 doors are more common today. Happy enough about that. And there goes the first key. I don't think I've ever drafted this, but right now, we simply cannot. We could do the archives. Do they have any... No, no keycard rooms off of them. Like, we could spend ages here looking for clues. RLFC in bold, but that's like a group name. Not sure. These are going to be the trickiest parts, aren't they? Figuring out where the clues that you don't know are there, where are they? Because you don't know where they are, and that's the problem. Okay. It's a long way back round to the spare room. And I don't think we went in the nook to get the key that's available there. So if we end up dead-ended going through the rest of this, at least we have options. Oh, the mechanarium. Has 1 door for each cog in the house. I don't think I have any cogs right now, do I? But I still just want to see it, you know? Okay, yeah, that was damp squib for sure. But that's fine. We tried, we learned. So I was told that I can draft this room. I just don't get to know what it is when we step into it, so that's good knowledge. Thank you to the comments that told me that about 6 episodes ago. There's not some tiny 4-digit number hiding in here. I don't think so. Nor in here. We've seen that symbol before, but else, not a clue that I am aware of. Still no shovel. Let's try going down and just see if the key is required. Just so that we don't trick ourselves into thinking that it definitely is when it might only sometimes be. No, it's just unlocked now, which is intriguing. So while we're down here then, we could certainly go and unlock room 46 again. That's not locked. That raises the north room. Now, we still need one of the 3 other ways to get into the other rooms. And also, these doors still just for show, but might not be at some other point during our journey. Tough to know. Alright, well, good to know that we don't require the key every time we come down here now. I almost feel like, as a permanent change, the door could be left unlocked. Not in the sense, or left open, rather. Whatever this is, I've missed it on previous occasions. Some part of a cliffside entryway. This doesn't have power. I don't know how I would get it power. Very easy to run past, though. Intriguing. Was there any paperwork in this room worth investigating with magnifying glass? Seems pretty straightforward. So we got here via this. At the other end of this room, there is also... God, I'll squeeze through. That wall back there. I still wonder how on earth we can break that down, but so far, no clues on that front. There's the big set of bridge puzzles, which we have done previously. Hit that button up there, and so on and so forth. So, back upstairs to the main house. Glad to know we don't need the key every time, though. I should add strange door halfway down chamber 46 lock door or something to my list of outstanding mysteries, but not yet. 2 gems for this. I'm going to do it just because it offers us the most leeway. Launder currency. We could launder currency into gems. Or possibly keys. But I'm going to hold out. Ah. Okay. That's interesting because that could be one of the ways into the antechamber. But we are not very key rich right now. Did we get a key card or was that last run? That was last run. Commissary is the only one that gives us a right-hand turn. But we don't have any gems, so... See what the oh, goody. Just what we needed. Red rooms are now more likely to spawn this day. See, it's got the matching ductwork from here through here. So... I wonder if it says 7 locked doors. So the other side of this corridor is locked. And the north side of this is keycard, so... We can go all the way around to the Nook. Get the key from the Nook and then go in the corridor in the opposing direction. We get 2 bits of step for going through there. Whichever way we go, we have to go through here and donate a coin to the tithe. Or the collection plate, whatever it would be. There's our key. That's where we saw the addition and subtraction. Sinclair has many something secret that help will take to his grave. And chamber appears to be sealed all sides, must be a way to open it. Yeah, okay. Back to entrance hall. It's got to be this. That's okay. Quick game of darts. 18. 17 minus 15 is 2. 8 and 7 is 15. Minus 14 is 1. Times by 12 is 12. 1 plus 4 is 5. Plus 2 is 7. Plus 3 is 10. Minus 7 divided by 1 is 3. I didn't do the math. 1, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 3. 3 times 1 divided by 1 is still 3. Produce a key with many, or produce a room with many doors. Okay. Anything hiding behind the bar? No. The sun is a deadly laser. West Wing Hall is a very simple choice here. Staff notice. Don't think this helps me. Dead end me. Rotunda can rotate. I think the storeroom here is fine. Gets us some bits. Not the closet. That's a different thing. No sign of a shovel. Yeah. I think garage gets 3 keys, which is something. That's locked. There's no hidden message in that text that I'm aware of. I'm trying to remember what piece of text it was that had a whole bunch of stuff written on the bottom of it in very, very small font. But I cannot remember what it was. Gymnasium. I think it's fine. Losing 2 steps at this stage is not going to be the end of us, because unless we right, that takes us down to we have 6 keys now. We just don't have any way to get through this passageway, and we can't generate any more rooms, so we're never going to get a key card unless one of these rooms has a key card. It could. There's that. But I am afraid that we are not going to get what we need here, even with all of these keys. Gems and keys are not key cards. That's the other, the other Stumpy Hall. So, that door is our limitation to progress, unfortunately. We haven't found any other rooms that would make the Mechanarium have a second doorway to the south. So, unfortunately, I think that's the whole run. Which is a damn shame, but we learned some things. House history, what is this? Day 1? Day 2? Oh. That's cute. Show me day 20. Day 20 was the day we got to where we were going. Call it a day, room directory, house directory, game settings. Alright. We'll do another day, because that was a reasonably fast one as they go. Just sad that we got some of what we needed but could not get further north. No new rooms, I think. New rooms 1. Which one? Oh, the Mechanarium, probably. Mechanarium? Mechanarium? Go again. Again! What I still have no further idea on is any of the safe codes that we might have been presented through the course of the entire game. Right, no package this time. Allowance. Traditional triple draft. We'll do parlor there. And here we'll do a bedroom, and then maybe we can loop round to the corner. And as ever, the traditional run out to the mystery room. I would spend 6 gold on a blessing. Or do classrooms. We haven't done classrooms all the way up to classroom 8 yet. Yeah, let's draft the schoolhouses. I don't think there's... That's something on the table for me? It is. It's the broken piece of leather, which I've never, ever used. So maybe today's the day. Nothing in those. We don't have our magnifying glass this time. But we can try and draft as many classrooms as we can. I think we've seen up to about 3. But provided they have multiple doors, there might be something up at 8. Right. Let's start with the spare room this time. Library. Draft uncommon rooms, and we have a fresh book. Swimbird by Marin Marigold. Red Publishing, 1985. I am a darebird, a daring and brave bird. Diving so deep, bird, a ride on the wave, bird. There is not a dare I would not do. There is not a depth I would not dive to. However, my friends are not very open to the idea that I like the sky less than the ocean. Bird in the sky, not in the sea. That is what they say when looking at me. You are not seabird. You are not swimbird. You are friend bird, fly in the wind bird. And shouldn't you always listen to friends? For they know me best, or so they pretend. So I dare not dive, I dare not swim, and I dare not step foot in the ocean again. And I dare not smile, and I dare not laugh, for they will do it for me on my behalf. I dare not dream, I dare not speak, for maybe my friends won't like the real me. And I will say goodbye to my dreams in the sea, and wonder why daring feels just like defeat. Well, that's sad. I want to know why the word listen here has a capital L. That seems out of place. But maybe it's just the yeah, it's probably just the type. But it's not just the typing scheme. All right. Out of place capital letters in this book. Those are fine. That line's fine. I'm going to start writing these down. Whether this amounts to anything, I have no clue. A. There is not a dare I would not do. There is not a depth I would not dive to. However, my friends are not very open. Another A. To the idea that I like the sky less than the ocean. N. Sentence F. L. I smile, I dare not laugh. They will do it for me on my behalf. Won't. And because there's not punctuation at the end of this sentence, like there are, although there's not here either. But these will have punctuation. So is this F also one? Before this A. And flafwa. I don't think that's anything, but I could be wrong. There is a trunk in the library. All the information about drafting. Gallery. I've never seen the gallery before. Christopher Manson, 1954, acrylic oil on canvas, collection of Mount Holly. B, A, B, D, A, Bavdan. Oh, God. Are these, like, word puzzles? If I solve them, do I get these chests? Infinite Sins? D, G, H, L, M, N, T, D, G. That could be anything, man. Christopher Manson, acrylic and oil on canvas. 5 lines. H. A. Okay, so those fill up the lines. Thick crime. Now, there's a game in Keep Talking and Nobody Explodes. Thick. Where you take all of the letters on the reels, you write them all down, then you have to figure out which password is a viable password using those reels. Actual objective. Genu. Very. I don't know if these are puzzles we're supposed to answer, or if there's something in another room that would tell me what the answers to these things are, because I have no idea. I really, really have no clue. Something to keep an eye out for, I suppose. Like any books or notes about law or art. Ugh, I don't have a freaking gem yet. We're going to need more of those. Parlor games right there. And there's another parlor game, so we'll do the 2 parlor games. It'll be some steps, but hopefully it gets us some gems. Then we can start drafting many classrooms. The empty boxes are both true. The gems are in the black box. This is not an empty box. Well, they can't all be true. The empty boxes are both true. The gems are not... This is not an empty box. It's true. The gems are in the black box is a lie. The empty boxes are both true is a lie. The gems are in the black box is true. This is not an empty box. Is true. The empty boxes are both true. The lie. So gems are in the black box. I hope. Good. Let's make you guys full screen again. So we're going to do a big old lap back to the other parlor. There's a door. I guess we could draft this while we're here, right? Let's do observatory again. That cost me one of my gems. I should have thought about that. Shouldn't I? Maybe this gives me a gem, though. Maybe I'm so lucky. Apples. 3 steps. +1 diamond. There you go. Yeah, so I guess I wanted to draft less. While... I mean, I have 2 gems now, so I can do a guy if we find them. If we do the garage, we only have 1 room out of the bedroom, so keep my options open. Coat check for a treasure map. We don't have a shovel, so pass. Locked doors already. First classroom. Grade 1 is the colouring sheet, which we have seen before. Apple on teacher's desk is lovely. Apples are extra good today as well, which is great news. Okay. No classroom here. We have 3 total redraws. Why? Oh, 1 for each classroom in the house, right? Right, now we have the math colouring game, or quiz. We've done that before to no real benefit, but hey. Infinite 8 is curious, but doesn't gain me anything. Finally come up against a locked door. Four redraws. I will spend them fairly aggressively, honestly. Give me the chapel. You'd buy a coin. Locked. Also locked. Okay. Big walk back for us then. Are you locked as well? Yes, you are. Where's all the keys that I need today? Huh? That parlour is a dead end, so we must do Nook. This I just have no idea on. Right, so this parlour we drafted, but we didn't do the puzzle yet. The empty boxes both have true statements. The blue box has a true statement. This box contains the gems. This is true. This is true. This is gems. Good. No keys or anything on tables here. So, into bedroom. Plus 2 steps. Gem. Dining room, drawing room, storeroom. This was only 7, wasn't it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, but I'll take it on the off chance we get deeper. Lunchbox. When you reach rank 5 today, gain 10 steps. Did I just gain 10 steps or did it not do it yet? Uncertain. When you reach rank 5 today, gain 10 steps. Still uncertain. I can't redraw these. Damn it. Okay then. 2 items look for keys. Find 1. Okay. So now we have the long, long walk back up to this hallway in this chapel. It isn't ideal, is it? But it's what we've got. So we press on. Not through that parlour. Do not begin to understand the gallery. Going this way. Could I have done that hallway? No, it's the next hallway we can do. this one? Oh, there you go. We had to walk up to number 5. If I open this, either we only have one key, so we have to do the one that has multiple exits. I'm going to spend 2 on this. I know we just got most of these gems, but I'm really invested in keeping our options open. Another classroom was our initial thoughts on goals. Scientific worksheet. Use the elements below to form answers to each question. Water. Ice, water, rain, okay. Anything? A hall pass? You will not lose steps travelling between 2 adjoining hallways. Hallways drafted from an adjoining hallway do not cost gems to draft. That's a new one. H2O in Ignatius State is called Mrs. Peterson. Amazing, good work, Quinn. Take my apple. Blank worksheet. Some chemistry stuff out and around. H2O in a gaseous state is called gas. Science is fun. Periodic table, grade 3. Yeah, we've definitely not seen this classroom before. Right, we could go to security and set the rooms to off, the security rooms to off. Except we can't because that's what the fuse board is for, not that. Show me another classroom. We can have classrooms off classrooms, can't we? I'll take a den. Den does a lot of stuff for us. In that it's both a gem and 2 exits. Of course. Of course you're locked. Oh my god, really? Rude. Very, very rude. Okay. I have to guess. Yeah. Right, locked, 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 locked. Stuck again. Damn Drat and Blast. We do not have a key card. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, V, blah, 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 blah. Infinite symbol. Okay, so. Out of steps, unfortunately. I've come the wrong way. Did we try this one? Well, even if we didn't, still locked. So let's go back quickly to the gallery, which presents the only really new mystery to me here today. So, this is the shortest word. Obviously that spells thick. Unless it's like thin K. Okay. Well. Oh, thick becomes think. My brain thought it was thin K, but I guess that works too. So This is infinity and sins. And 8 and nails. Oh, God. Not that many options here, I guess. Acrylic on oil. Acrylic and oil on canvas. Hubris, envy. Okay. Hubris is not one of the 7 deadly sins. Neither is avarice. So, while sloth and gluttony and wrath and lust and envy are, one of them is missing and 2 extras are present. INFINTY. Not sure. I feel like I want to get this because this is already here, but it could be anything. And then actual objective. Puzzles, decode, artwork. So, this is mirrored, but there's a P. So what does this have to do with? 2 things, but there's a P on the right. Person? Nope. P on apple, P on cart, P on the right. There a P over here? No. I'm beginning to think about getting tempted by doing a word list for the 6 letters that we have. That one is 7. That one is 8. This one is 6. Like, basically, I would write down everything in this column. Everything in this column being extra mindful of vowels, although... Oh, there's an H there. Warriog. What do you mean? Thick. Think, because of a thin K. Infinite, 8. 8 with a nail. EIGHT with nails in it. I don't want to just end the day because we've got nowhere else we can go. But if I end the day, when's the next time we're going to see the gallery, you know? Could be an age away. A small chamber dedicated to the exhibition of art, ideal for showcasing smaller series and collections. Before his passing, H.S. Sinclair personally selected the artwork that was displayed here each year, purposely omitting the composition titles to leave the interpretation of each piece for the viewers themselves to realize. Puzzle, blueprint, rare, drafted 1 time. Okay, I'm going to write these down in a grid on my note paper or my note document. I won't make you watch me do the noting, but I'll try and be around for the solving. Okay, so if we turn our attention to the right-hand side of your screen, with this particular word for this strange P contraption has 6 columns, and each letter has a possible 8 options. So mirror is not a possible word. So what could the possible words be? I have no idea. We've got, let's fold up. That's not really very helpful, is it? I want the vowels to be more obvious to me. But that's barely working. All right, scrap that idea. Is there anything that we can do to work out these words? The Y only appears at the end, which seems like if a word was going to be here ending in Y, would be the certainly a possibility of how a word would end. Like ly is there. What? Even with all of that available to me, it doesn't make this any easier. What am I looking at? P on cart. Cart on. Cart on. C-A-R-T-O-N. I mean, carton is a valid word. I'd love to know how many possible words could be made out of this selection of letters. Carton, not it. Is there a P? There's a P at the start. Pardon? Is there a D in this column? There is. Not pardon either. Thick, thin K, think. P on cart. P on apple. P on hydrant. These are all red things. Red hydrant, red stop sign, red rose, red apple. P on red. Can work. No, there's no R in this column. There's no R here. Where can we make the word red out of these columns? There's no R in this first column. There is an R in the second column. But if we had the word red here, I don't think red can be prefaced with anything. Like a red, but there's no vowels here, so it would be W red, B red, but it wouldn't be bread like the baked good. There's an R here. Does Prince work? P-R-I... No, there's no N in the fourth spot. Prince, like the red prince, would have been possibly something, but no. So, there's no E in this column. So, to make the word red is annoying. It's either, like, some of you are completely oblivious with me, and some of you are like, Gothic, it's so clearly this answer. How do you not see this right now? It's a bunch of red stuff with a P on it. Where are the E's? There's an E in the second spot. And that's the only E. And there's no D in the front spot. If I turned that whole thing over. Stop on red? No. Ponder? P-O-N-D-E-R? P-O-N-D-E-R. Ponder? Could it be? Ah ha ha! So it was P on red, but the red came from the right. What do we get? All of that for 2 gems? I'm furious. P on red, but it's reflected. Good grief. Okay. Doesn't help that it was black and white photos. Actual objective. Genuary. I don't think I'm going to get these anytime soon. I'm impressed I got this one, honestly. Maybe we leave the other 2 for the next time we find the gallery. Because, man, unless, like, something really obvious comes to mind, but, like, 7-letter word, actual objective, see through the looking glass? I have no idea. And this. Just, what is this? Infinite pain. Although if you turn it to be an 8, then it's on the right. Or it could be on the left if you turned it anti-clockwise. Why the picture of the shark? I don't know. I really don't. I'm going to try and get a really nice picture of this for the thumbnail. And I think I have to call that a day. But goodness gracious, what a day it was. Call it. I cannot look at those artworks anymore. West-facing schoolhouse. 3 classrooms. 1 new room in the gallery. Alright, well, more mysteries and our journey continues for now. Thank you so much for watching. Hit that like button, subscribe for more. I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.